that our country has ever made. Would you agree with that?
I don't have a number to put on that, but yes, I would think the return on investment would be high.
But the return on investment is not limited to vaccinating the United States. We also benefit economically by helping vaccinate our trading partners. Would you also agree that the return on that investment is likely to be very high?
I would, yes.
Yes, and would you be willing to have some of your brilliant economists that work for you actually try to put a rough number on that? Because it's an important thing for us to appreciate as we decide how much of resources to devote to helping our other nations around the world.
I will be glad to do that.
Thank you. And now, with COVID, our economy has experienced a number of inflation shocks. The tight labor markets, commodity shortages, release of pent-up consumer demand, chip shortages, as you mentioned, due to underinvestment in foundries and overinvestment in Bitcoin and meme stocks. Proposals to move onshore the supply chains that have historically been offshore, which will, in general, increase prices. And all of this, however, happens against a continuing backdrop of long-term technological job loss that was arguably accelerated by COVID. So how do you think this is all going to net out when the transients are over, the longer-term, say medium-term effect of inflation?
I mean, it's incredibly hard to say, really. If you're positing an actual reversal of globalization, that could have implications, as you suggest. But I wonder if that's really going to happen because of policies that we adopt. The technology goes instantly around the world. It's not going to be easy to stop that. The economy's become very globalized. And also, production technology is so much more efficient than it was. You can do things, with the new technologies. You can manufacture things here. It may or may not result in a lot of jobs in manufacturing, but you can certainly make things. There may be reshoring here that's actually quite efficient in terms of cost.
So the jobs will come back to the U.S., but they'll be taken by robots, sort of is here. Which
there is some of that.
There's some of that, yeah.
In manufacturing, as you know.
Yeah. And so that's so you're really maintaining some uncertainty on how this is going to net out for the inflation.
A lot of uncertainty, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. In my last